of White is in center and Martin in right. We'll have to pick up who they put out in left. Infield is still Robertson, Jackson, Horn, and Atkins. Lloyd the catcher, and now Hoagland the pitcher.
And Jim, the new left fielder is Cameron Martin.
All right, they've got who we got right. Game Changer has him in right.
Over in right field, that is Sam Stalls.
Okay, Stahl's in right. Martin is in left.
So they just haven't updated Game Changer yet.
Right.
Wild pitch, and that's going to get both runners up a base. Both of them now in scoring position. Wolfing with a chance to give his team potentially the lead, at least tie it.
Well, with nobody out, you have to think they've got to get at least one of these in. Just get it into the outfield in any fashion, fly ball or a base hit, get that runner in.
Even an out. I mean, the infield's not playing in.
Oh, Horn is playing well off the bag, allowing the runner to get a pretty good lead coming down the line. He'll be off on contact, so he may score on an infield out.
And you got Jackson playing almost near the outfield part of the grass. It's off the plate for a ball.
Yeah, the base runner at second, Alexander, could easily take a larger secondary lead down there, looking where the shortstop is. And
Yeah,
second baseman.
and the second baseman, right.
Second baseman is in, northern Arkansas.
That's outside for ball 3. Full count. Tanner Hoagland in relief of starter Cash McCrary. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
Anthony Grundling, and I don't believe he had a hit in his first game. Reached on a fielder's choice in this game, so I think he's looking for his first hit of the tournament. What a better time. Bases loaded. Marchese, Vince at third, Alexander at second, and Wolfling at first.
Yeah, Grundling grounds it to second. The throw to first will get the run home. And Grundling actually did not start yesterday.
He got a bat,
but he did have one at bat and struck out. So he gets a big at bat here to drive in a run. We're tied at 4 apiece as Marchese scores on the play.
And still 2 runners in scoring position.
Alexander at second, Alexander's at third, Wolfing is at second. Julian Inch, the batter, he singled first time up. Chance to break the tie. To short. And the throw across will end the... Actually, that's just the second out. That gets another run home.
Yeah, again, they gave up a run for an out. Well, if they get Newman on, now you're looking at Caden Sofarley with a base hit and Anthony Grenese with a big double. So this is a big out right here. Big out for Hoagland.
Newman walked and scored his first time up. 5-4, Marlboro, New Jersey. Back out, well, actually in front for the first time. When they scored 3 runs in the bottom of the second, they tied the game at 3 apiece. But now they lead at 5-4. One ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch. Misses for a ball, 2-2. Kind of fooled him on that one. thought it was coming inside and then kind of broke on him and not able to connect. But Marlboro, New Jersey, with 2 more runs, takes a 5-4 lead as we head to the top of the 4th right here on Stadium.
The batter stood in wonder. The batter stood in wonder. They're on that fateful day, gazing at the legend-making tools that were displayed. Practice swings, they're taking more than their fair share. Human skin bound to alloy, slicing through the air. They've had their ups and downs, their Ks and their home runs. Scars across the barrel tell tales of jobs well done. Now as he steps to the plate, there's a fire in his eyes. For with this mighty bat in hand,
you can kiss this ball goodbye.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
No photos allowed at the Titanic. Love it, but no photos allowed.
But we're not allowed to take any photos.
No photos.
Why aren't photos allowed but no photos allowed?
No photos allowed? No photos allowed.
I'm so sad I can't take any photos.
No photos allowed.
Our guests have spoken and we listened. Times are changing and so are we. Now, photos are allowed at the Titanic Museum attraction in Branson, Missouri. Welcome aboard and capture your Titanic moments.
All right, we are back here in Branson, Missouri. Once again, a look. This has been a new feature for us this year, our drone that we've had to give you a look not only in the ballpark, but around the area, the Branson, Missouri area.
I guess you could call that a bird's eye view.
Yeah.
It really gives you an idea, captures what a tremendous facility this is.
We have a new pitcher, Joshua Zung, in to pitch here in the top of the 4th inning. Griffin Lloyd just grounded out 6-3 from
We still have
shortstop.
An outfield of Grungling, Ench, and Farley. Grenice, Marchese, Mecki are in the infield.
Oakland hit by the pitch, trying to shake it off.
Both Ench boys are in the game. Julian Ench is in center field, so the third baseman must be Jesse. By a process of elimination. Again, that's where our math comes into play.
1 out, 1 on for Graham Horn, the second baseman.
You get the idea. You have a feeling this might come down to the final at bat. The way these teams are going back and forth.
Yeah, it's been a seesaw game. You're right. Bryan, Arkansas scored a run in the top of the 1st. They took a 3-0 lead with 2 in the top of the 2nd, but 3 runs by Marlboro in the bottom of the 2nd tied it at 3 apiece. Arkansas with a run in the top of the 3rd to take a 4-3 lead, with 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning to give Marlboro a 5-4 lead. Runner goes to second, the throw into center field. It's a stolen base for Hoagland. So a 1-run lead for Marlboro, 5-4. Here in the top of the fourth inning, game scheduled for 6. Did I say it wrong? I had Hoagland earlier in the
Said
game.
Hoagland.
I said Hoagland? Okay, my apologies. I corrected myself earlier. Base hit. The runner's coming home. No, he's going to go back to third.
I did not intend to correct you on the air. That's why I wrote you a note.
I appreciate that. Always let me know when I get it wrong because, look, I even wrote it with emphasis on the O and still got it wrong.
If that's the only mistake we make this week, we do our best, believe me, you folks at home, to get your kids' names pronounced right.
That Japan game, I don't know how we did it. I don't know how we got through it. I would probably only say because of Jim. That's the only way I got through Japan. Puerto Rico wasn't as tough.
No.
Japan.
We have not seen Korea and Taiwan yet.
That's true too, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a challenge, you think about it. And you know, there is not a name you can't pronounce if you don't write it down phonetically.
Yeah.
It's all about taking the time to find out and not guessing. Mm-hmm. That's all.
Well, it's just like, too, even with the simple names. You know, the Xavier, you would think you've always heard it. I've often heard it pronounced Xavier, but yesterday it's pronounced
Xavier.
Xavier,
And
yes.
there are some names from the American teams that you assume are pronounced one way and they're pronounced another. Mm-hmm. So.
And as I told you off air, as the runner goes to second, this one hit to first, the throw home, not in time, the throw to third. They got the runner in a pickle now. And they'll get the out at third base. Well, that'll be a fielder's choice to start. I'm not even going to try to score on that one.
Well, that went 6-5-6. And who did the catcher come down to make that play?
But you got the 3-2.
3-2 to 6 to 5 to 6 to 5. For those of you scoring at home, right. For those of you for who it really matters,
it's an RBI.
It's an RBI, and we have a tie game again. And it was interesting to watch the rotation. You saw the home plate umpire go down to third, and that left the home plate open, and the first base umpire rotated down and had the plate home plate. Once they make that rotation, they can't go back. So once they rotate clockwise, they can't go counterclockwise.
And Sam Stalls, after reaching on the fielder's choice, has gone to second base. 2 outs in the inning, but as Jim mentioned, we are tied at 5 apiece. You know, but getting back to the names, I mentioned to you that I've had the same spelling, Alyssa, for games I've called for softball, and it's been pronounced 3 different ways. Sure. Alyssa, Elisa, and Eliza.
Yeah.
And that just shows you that you can't take names for granted. And
no. Raquel, Rachel.
There you go.
Rachel.
That's another one. Yeah.
You can call me Jim.
Okay, that's easy. I like, and Mike, Jim and Mike.
Yeah.
Those are about as easy as you can get.
Bread and butter names. I won't tell you my middle name.
But yeah, you mentioned earlier, this is a game that could come down to the final out. It's a 5-5 game again. We're in the top of the fourth, game scheduled for 6.
Oh, in another instance, you'll ask the coach the pronunciation of a name and he'll give it to you. And then an hour later, the mother comes over and says, "That's not the way you pronounce that." Well, that's what the coach told me.
Yeah.
And of course, coaches have nicknames for these kids. And they don't always use the right name.
Hudson White, the batter. I've got one more after this pitch. That one is taken outside for ball 4. So I was broadcasting basketball for a whole year and calling the kid his last name, pronouncing it. And then I heard the other announcer calling him as a different name. And I said, I think, you know, I called it differently all year long. And so I went up to the kid to ask him. I said, last year we called you this. This year we called you this. Which one is it? And he said, either one. I'm like, no, it's not either one. It is what it is. He said, no, actually on my mom's side of the family calls it this. My dad's side of the family calls it that.
So I guess it depends on who's listening to the game at the time.
I just thought that was so comical. Cameron Martin is the batter.
Trying to squeak across that go-ahead run here in the 4th inning.
2-0 now. 2 outs.
I'll tell you one place that really enjoyed the rain delay here today, really enjoyed it, was the gift shop.
Yes.
That place was mobbed.
And the problem was, and I spoke to the young lady behind the counter, and it was busy. I said, "Are you the only one working?" She said, "Yeah, we thought it was going to be slow today."
So they sent everybody home.
Yeah.
Or some of the kids went back to college, I guess. But it was ka-ching, ka-ching in the old gift shop.
But when you got a rain delay, what else are you going to do? You're going to either eat or shop.
Or spend money.
Yeah. Ball 4, back-to-back walks.
Big opportunity here for the bottom third of that order for Marlboro, New Jersey. Both of these teams just refuse to quit. Looks like another change on the mound.
That'll be it for Joshua Zung. Zung faced 6 batters. He hit 1, walked 2, also gave up a hit. So this will be the 4th pitcher of the day.
Anything for a victory. So
Well,
pick up the number down there. 25, is that 25?
Yeah, and Zung's going to be responsible. Yeah,
Ethan
Wolfing is coming in. And Zung will be responsible for the runners on base. We'll take a break. Come back with the rest of this exciting game right after this on Stadium. Back here in Branson, Missouri, as Cade Jackson comes to the plate. 2-out pitch on the inside corner from the new pitcher, Ethan Wolfing.
Well, Zung has gone over to third. You still have Grunling, Etch, and Sofarli in the outfield. Gurney's is at short, Marchese at second, Mecki at first, Newman still the catcher, Wolfing on the mound. So Zung is still in the game.
Bryant, Arkansas with a chance to take the lead back. They've plated a run to tie it at 5. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Nothing in 2 now.
It's been one of the more entertaining games we've had.
It is, yeah. And we've had, we had 2 one-run games yesterday?
We had a 2-1 game.
We had we had 3 one-run games yesterday. We had a 4-3, we had a 3-2, and we had a 2-1.
And we have the 3-hour marathon of 15 to...
Yeah, mixed in, yeah. Called strike 3. Big strikeout for Wolfing in relief. It gets the job done to keep this thing tied at 5 apiece. We move to the bottom of the 4th. Coming up for Marlboro, New Jersey, they've got the top of the order right here on Stadium.
Rafflebox's mission is to help organizations raise money through online fundraising.
Hey, it's me. your vacation. We need to have the talk. Well, actually, an intervention. A hike in the desert. Really? Huh, this isn't a vacation. It's a nightmare. I need excitement, fire, spectacle. I need to be wine, dined, and ziplined. I need 18 holes in the morning and a show at night. You keep saying you need a vacation, but I have needs too, you know. And I need Branson.
Unparalleled uniform choice. Top brands. Dozens of styles. And limitless decoration and sublimation options. Create your personalized look for the diamond with Augusta sportswear brands. Let's play ball and look good while doing it.
Mike Randall, Jim Rivers back here in Branson, Missouri, the site of the 2023 Cal Ripken Major 1270 World Series. And we've got a pretty good one in this Day 2 matchup, Pool B game between Bryan, Arkansas and Marlboro, New Jersey. 5-5, we're tied again. Top of the order coming up now. Caden Salfarley leads it off against Tanner Hoagland. This one hit out to center, base hit. Boy, it just seems like each team finds a way to answer. And a good start here for Marlboro. That's a second hit for Salfarley. Anthony Grenice doubled to left field last time up. First pitch in there for strike one. Nice breeze blowing today, blowing out here at the ballpark.
You could not ask for better conditions.
Yeah.
Really. It's like someone turned the burners off.
I mean, we talked about the helicopter flying over it. Maybe because of weather, they're not flying the helicopter so much today. Maybe they will. But it flies over, 30, 40 times in a day. And I easily wiped my face, my towel, that number of times yesterday, easily.
I thought I was back on the set of MASH.
Right.
Them coming in so often.
Yeah, so they're right up on top of you. Runner going to second, the throw, not in time. Stolen base for Salfarley. Yeah, it felt like the drone was higher than the helicopter. Full count now for Grenice. And ball four. First and second with nobody out. Here's Ethan Mecke. He's walked and struck out today. 5-5. Here in the bottom of the fourth. Game scheduled for 6.
But this would be what, the fourth lead change? They'd get these runs in, get a run in.
Well, you had the, as this has popped up, to Hoagland, he will make the catch for the first out of the inning. It was an early 3-0 lead for Arkansas. Marlboro came back to tie. They didn't actually take the lead. Their first lead was in the bottom of the fourth. So after tying it up, yes, Arkansas took the lead in the top of the third. And then Marlboro took the lead. So we'll wait for this play. 4-3 put out for the second out of the inning. Marlboro then took the lead in the bottom of the third inning. So there have been 2 lead changes. But we've been tied a few times as well. A couple of times. But it's been back and forth, seesaw game.
Yeah, only one half inning have we seen a 0 put up there, and that was at the bottom of the first.
And in that bottom of the first, there were runners at first and second with 2 outs, and they couldn't get a run across the plate, but they did have runners on base. Finn Alexander will bat with 2 outs. Runners at second and third. Alexander has flown out to right. He's also walked and scored. The 1-0 pitch. Now back to even the count. Bryant, Arkansas, and Marlboro, New Jersey.
Yeah, chances are these young men would have never met had not been for the game of baseball. You have some kids from New Jersey on the field with kids from Arkansas, building up relationships between games too.
Ball strike 2. This one hit in the air to center field, but the catch will be made, and the inning is over. Well, Marlboro threatens, but fails to score. So we'll move to the 5th, still tied at 5. We welcome you back to Branson, Missouri, here at Ballparks of America for the Cal Ripken Major 70 World Series. We are on day 2 of pool play. This is a Pool B matchup.
Yeah, a lot on the line here, too.
Yeah, Bryant is 0-1, so they need a win. And, you know, it would be a big one because Marlboro's 1-0.
We could have a 2-0 and an 0-2, or we could have 2 teams at 1-1, which would tighten up that pool.
Ground ball, nice sliding to his knees catch. 1 away. Retires Trey Atkins. Another look at the play here in second.
Probably not the last World Series for a lot of these guys. You'll see them back, you know, in the 16-18 bracket, maybe into the College World Series at some point, and a handful of these young men may end up in the major leagues. Take a look on the Babe Ruth website of the Major Leagues veterans who've come through the ranks of the Babe Ruth League. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's the great thing about getting a chance to broadcast games at this level, the high school level, you know, is then to see these guys go on and have such great success.
Well, I've had the fortune of broadcasting hockey for the grandkids of a grandparent I did when I first started. I'm talking about feeling old.
Cash McCray grounded out last time up, but he drove in a run.
Who's going to get the run and then bring in their closer like we saw last night? You know, the Gould, Arian Gould,
He was
just
very
came in
good, yeah.
shut them down.
Gould was gold.
Nice effort.
Let's see, there might be a throw. He wanted to throw it from right field, you could tell.
Well, the glove came off, and good thing it didn't come off and hit the ball. Throwing the glove at the ball and hitting it is extra bases, but even though it wouldn't have been intentional.
In your days of umpiring, have you seen a kid do that? Maybe throw the ball up in the air to try to stop
in the outfield. The ball was going to go by him in the outfield, and he threw his glove at it. Which
did he hit it?
No, but it's a. Oh, did he hit the ball? Yes,
he did.
Okay.
Okay.
And then it's 3 bases. 2 bases if you throw it at a thrown ball.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I think it was just frustration. Either that, he didn't know the rule.
Yeah.
Thought it was a good idea. That would have been obviously accidental had it happened.
Right, yeah.
And that was a high school game.
Okay. Hunter Robertson, the batter.
Brave men over there in the coaching box.
Mm-hmm. Five game here in the 5th. Number 5 at first base. That ball hit to the 5 position.
Yeah, and you turned to 55 yesterday.
That's right.
There's all kinds of 5s floating around here.
Would have been better if this was yesterday.
You probably felt like 75 after yesterday.
I did.
Not so today, though. Perfect, absolutely perfect conditions.
Rejuvenated.
For baseball, yeah. And a good game to boot.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes to second. So McCrary in scoring position with 1 out.
Well, they have not shut down Arkansas yet in any inning. They've scored at least 1 run in every inning.
That's going to get through for a base hit. They're waving home the run. There will be a throw to the plate, but it's not in time. RBI single for Robertson, and Bryant, Arkansas has taken the lead yet again.
And again, they have been better off hitting the cutoff and keeping the runner at first base. They were not going to throw that runner out. Now you've got another runner that, at the potential 7th run at second base. I know it looks good on replay to throw someone out from center field, but they'd have been better off keeping that runner at first. A 1-run lead, much different than a 2-run lead.
See if they keep Wolfing in the game. He is the 4th pitcher used today. 6-5 here in the top of the 5th. Game scheduled for 6
p.m. or you can hear the activity in this World Series going on all around us. Kids in the batting. You can hear the music over near the dorms.
You also have a game
going on over
to
there.
our right. Yeah.
Kansas City Field, Chicago Field, Brooklyn Field, Boston Field, St. Louis Field. Not all being used, but in the morning 4 of them, and then the rest of the day 3. Chicago, Kansas City, and here at the St. Louis Field.
Griffin Lloyd squares the bunt. Runner holds at second.
Yeah, Marchese very quick in getting over to the bag. Trying to catch the runner off. He was off balance a little bit getting back. But leaving a good size hole between first and second when he does that. We saw a perfectly executed hit and run last night.
Yeah, it was, because it brought the second baseman over and it was just a gaping hole. Lloyd 0 for 2. He's popped up to the pitcher and grounded out to short.
Going to come down to the last at-bat one way or the other.
Count now 2-0.
Yeah, and the thing that Robertson's doing at second base is the pitcher's worrying about what's going on behind him instead of what's in front of him. And he needs to focus on this batter and not worry about the runner taking off the third. Just let the second baseman where he's supposed to be.
That one is hit in the air, or hit into center field for a base hit. That will get the run home as it's cut off. And it's now 7-5, Bryant, Arkansas.
Yeah. Had they cut off the last play, there'd be runners at first and second, maybe first and third now. And now it's now a 7-5 game, so that's how important it was not to use the cutoff on that last play.
Tanner Hoagland to the plate. 1 out here in the inning. It's been a good one.
It has been. Very entertaining.
And Arkansas has played it at least 1 run in every inning.
And you get the feeling that New Jersey's not done yet. These kids will never say die. We've seen.
And now they've got another runner in scoring position.
Yeah, 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 2 here in the fifth. 7-5 lead.
The 2-0 pitch. Call a strike on the inside corner.
As we said yesterday, as we go along in the week, coaches get an opportunity to scout the opposition, Take a look at teams that they'll be playing in their bracket, in their division, I should say. But from what I've seen, that Japanese team is going to be tough to beat.
They did look good yesterday.
And they're fun to watch.
Fundamental. Popped up into right field. Diving attempt. They can't come up with it. That will be a base hit.
A nice effort out there in right field by Mecki, who came in. He's not happy with himself.
Good
but
effort, though.
He did make a good effort. That was a dying quail out there. We may have another pitching change here. He's still pounding his glove down there like he should have had it. But nice effort. But that would have been an amazing catch.
So we will indeed have our 5th pitcher of the day. Now pitching is Anthony Grenice. We'll take a break. Return to Branson, Missouri right after this.
Rafflebox's mission is to help organizations raise money through online fundraising.